Hello, hello, everyone. Hey, Kaiwan. Love me a lot? I love all of you a lot. Hey, hey, hey. Sorry I'm late, y'all. I don't know if anyone is near where the hurricane in the States is happening right now, over like in the chat, but hope you're all safe. Um, my family is a little bit worried because I have two cousins out in Florida. One of them is in Tampa Bay in a non-evacuation area, and the other is in Orlando. Um, all I know from one of my cousins, the one in Tampa Bay, she is okay, but the power's out. Um, my cousin Brandon, he's not really on social media much. Hey, me Cobb. Um, but and I don't think he has like messaging without Wi-Fi. So I'm assuming his power's out in Orlando potentially as well, because she hasn't heard from him in a bit. Um, hey, Allison. Huh. But yeah, so kind of somewhat worried about my cousins tonight, but they're hanging in there as far as I've known. Last time I checked was just literally just before I started live streaming because I was upstairs with my mom and grandmother, um, and my cousin sent them like the sound of the wind because all the power's out, so there's no lights. But yeah, it's crazy. How is it in North Carolina, Mikob? And hey to Havlin. And Allison, gang's all here, I think. Oh man, so yeah, sorry if I seem a little flustered. I'm obviously a little bit worried, but today is all about Ron Hale, who there was a tornado in Florida. Yeah, I did hear about that. There was like tornado warnings all over. I heard in Florida. But yeah, today we're remembering Ron Hale. If you guys didn't know, he passed away just the other day, just last week, and yeah, it's sad. Interestingly enough, I haven't seen a whole lot of tributes from the GH cast. I think some have posted his picture and just said, R.I.P. I know Billy Warlock said something about him, and General Hospital's social media said something, but I'm surprised. Like, I don't think I've seen anything from Maurice, and arguably he's probably the one that knew him the most. So for today, we're just gonna react to some classic Mike Corbin scenes. And yes, I did hear that, Angel. Scott Reeves is coming back as Steve. I'm excited for it. I was gonna make a post about it, but I ended up recording music today. So, oh, Meek, you said Hurricane Helene wrecked the mountains in our state. Oh, that's brutal. That's crazy. Oh man. Well, hang in there, anyone that's near that area. I can't even believe how insane it is. Hey, Jacarius. And so yeah, I was recording music. That's why my voice sounds a little bit hoarse as well. I've been all right. Like I told everyone a little bit ago, my cousins are out in Florida, so I'm a little bit worried about them tonight. But as of not even 10 minutes ago, my cousin Bianca, who's out in Tampa Bay, she's fine. The power's out. Brandon, she hasn't heard from, which might just mean that the power's out in Orlando, where he is. But I don't know. And my mom and grandmother, they're watching the news and they're going to keep me posted, but they know I'm live streaming, so they won't disturb. But for now, we're going to distract ourselves and remember the fond memories of Ron Hale as Mike Corbin. I've got like some solid clips lined up, I feel. Like I got Mike's first scene, Ron Hale's first scene as Mike, Ron Hale's last scene as Mike, and of course some classic in-between moments between him and Sonny, and him and Courtney, and even him and Michael and Christina. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be a fun one. I don't think it's probably like maybe a half an hour's worth of clips. But I that drummer. I'll always be going in during rehearsals. Yeah, AJ is crazy. AJ is crazy. We have a lot of fun. But yeah, we'll talk about it a little bit after these clips. Actually, well, I'm setting them up anyway. Yeah, it's been fun working with AJ and with Rob. My guitarist Bernie, he actually left the band just to kind of do his own thing, and really he was only there temporarily anyway. So we're not worried. We've got cover. And plus we don't have any upcoming shows till potentially end of November, and for sure in January we have a really big show. So there's time. There's time to get finessed. But we don't need to do much finessing for the potential November show because the guy that we'll have covering has already played with us once. So we're okay. But yeah, okay. So I've got these clips set up now. And I hope the audio is okay. Sorry, I just don't want it to be too loud. You know, YouTube, the ads are like 10 times louder than the actual videos. Case in point. But yeah, I'm just gonna shrink me down to size. In just a hot second here. Oh, I'm sorry about your text to chat. Well, even if you're not talking to us, we know you're here. What? I'm just trying to shrink me down, guys, and it's not cooperating. Let me see that. What is happening? I swear. Jeez, even the old camera's up. There we go. I can do technology, guys. All right. So yeah, we're gonna watch some classic Mike clips. The first one is literally of him arriving in Port Charles. I've probably seen most of these at some point, but not in a minute. So let's all enjoy together, and let me know how the audio is, guys. Foster. Oh, Lucky and Luke. Maybe I'll turn it up a bit more. How's this, Angel? And that's cool, Kaiwan.
Mater D at a place called
How's this?
The rustic grill. So if you got a job up there, what are you looking for one down here for? Have you ever done it for me? I'm used to a little more edge. Well, Port Charles has edge. So what do you think? Need a bartender? Listen, I can water down drinks with us. Oh no, look, man. I'm for a stiff.
Yep, they sure were me, Cobb.
Shortcuts. Oh, no, you're good customers, sure. I can spot your rubes from your regulars. Never hurts to save a little dough. I tell you what, I got a lot of work to do around here. But if you want to hang, have a beer, smoke your cigar, I think we can talk about this. Terrific.
All right, next we have an ad. Hurrah! And that's probably way louder. I'm so sorry, guys.
Why would you? When there's this. But to really get it, you have to experience it for yourself.
So next is a rocky reunion between Sonny and Mike.
Fair passing example. You believe this guy?
I have no idea.
Well, why would you? Mike Corbin. Corbin, who you hiding from this time?
Why don't I leave you two guys alone?
No, hey, it's okay, look. There's nothing personal going down here. Besides, you got a stake in this. He works for you. What's con, Mike? What angle you playing?
No angle.
No? There's always an angle with you. Or you thought maybe you can pull fast on my partner.
Mike seems so more Italian.
I'm not up to a challenge like that, but you know, if you get that chip off your shoulder, Michael.
Oh,
Sonny. We'll explain. Well, let's see what kind of man you become.
businessman. Should have called first.
Yeah, well, I figured the only thing I would hear on the other end of the line was the dial tone. But fine, you know me. I rarely take the easy route when I can make it complicated instead.
And these complications included ripping off my band's equipment and selling them to Luke as to ensure a warm welcome. Guy's a genius, huh?
Well, I bet the speakers were a major mistake.
See, that's the thing about you, Mike. Your idea of a major mistake.
Mike stole the speakers from Moses' set and tried reselling them to Luke. Oh, snap.
No class. Con to the rest of us.
Damn.
You fire him. You fire him.
Sonny, that's the way you want to play it?
I don't care how it plays. I just want him on my side.
Well, Mike, I had you pegged for a con man, but I didn't know you were that good. I had no idea you and Sonny were related.
Well, I'll take that as a compliment. You know, I think Sonny's taking his grudge thing too far.
Grudge? Look, I'll tell you what, I'm going to play bartender, and you know what that means. That means I pour the drinks, and you fill me in. With the truth this time. All right?
But first things first, this squares us on the speakers. Sonny's mother was the
Favorite
most
time,
beautiful
oh.
woman I had ever
The
seen.
90s were great.
Her family had fled from Havana and they landed in New York City. And by that time, I guess we'd both been through our own personal versions of hell. I just got back from Nam.
When was it?
Early, before it was news. I pulled a full tour and was back in Brooklyn by 64. I met Adela at a dance. We were both still kids, but there I was in my uniform, and I guess it made her feel safe. So we got married real fast, and the baby came 10 months later.
Sonny.
Now, the only kid I got. still wet behind the ears, and there I was,
Courtney?
family man. I wasn't bad either.
I didn't know he knew. Or no, I did know. I did know. Never mind.
Adela just... The gambling is what got to her. She just didn't understand.
Other?
Yeah, well, the booze didn't help either. See, there was this poker club. And the first time I played, I won big. And I really got hooked. And I was always trying to make a killing after that. Anything just to get us out of that miserable walk-up. I was doing it for her and the kid.
Yeah, I heard me, Cobb.
She didn't see it that way.
But you'd think I was fooling around on her the way she acted. I mean, usually I was out late at the club or just hanging out with my buddies. And then the cutback started at the yard, and I didn't get along with my supervisor, so naturally I was one of the first to go. And I went right out, and I got myself a job driving a rig. I was much happier not having to work for anybody. I'd pull these all-nighters to East Podunk and back just to keep food on the table. But every time I came home, it seemed like we were at each other's throats. It was never enough. So finally the point came where I just stopped coming home at all.
How old was Sonny?
I don't know, maybe 4. Yeah, it was 4. I caught a lot of grief for missing that birthday. She just didn't get it. And Sonny doesn't either. I'm just not the kind of guy that can stay in one place for long, you know what I mean?
Who knows?
I was doing both a favor. She was free to marry again, which she did. A cop. And that hurt. Because there was never anyone else for me but her. Not in that way. But she got herself a solid guy with a steady gig and a pension plan. Deke Woods. We never liked each other, but he took care of Adele and the kids, so I guess I owe him that.
You never went back?
Sure. Oh, yeah, I'd show up once in a while and pick up Mike Jr. I guess he was already Sonny by then. And I'd take him to the movies, or Coney Island, or the zoo. I even got him to a couple of Yankee games. But I didn't stay long. I didn't feel welcome. And besides, I was usually going somewhere else myself.
Yeah.
So Mike didn't know about the abuse at this point.
Yeah, well, I told you about that. Short order cook, bartender, rigger. I even
Yep.
tried Vegas for a while. What the hell was the point? They don't even let you count cards anymore.
That I did know.
Fun out of it.
I guess Sonny was 16 or 17. I found myself back in Brooklyn. But he'd already split by then. Maybe he's more like his old man than he likes to think. And Adela, I don't know, something had happened. She got real old real fast.
Yeah, Ron was great as
And it
Mike.
upset me. Don't
Max
get me
Dale did a
wrong,
fantastic
she's
job
still
too, though.
beautiful. I just couldn't bring myself to see her again.
It's hard when they turn all weak on you.
Anyway, I guess it was 6 or 7 years later, last time I saw Sonny. I was at Belmont. Oh, I had a tip. Lost me a month's wages. And there was Sonny with a couple of real sharp-looking guys. And at first, I don't think he recognized me. He just stared at me like I was some kind of stranger. And that's when he told me about Adela. She had died. And Deke before her. He could see that I was shaken up, so he gave me a C-note, which was decent. Although the suit he was wearing was probably worth 10 times that. And that was the last time I saw him until now.
I actually don't remember Kaiwan.
Except while you're here.
funeral in December. A friend of mine from now.
Meat Cobb, you got this question?
How Della was probably the best thing that ever happened to me. And how Sonny didn't have a mother or Deke anymore. I actually thought that he might...
Neither's a great option.
I actually thought he might miss having a family.
Or vice versa.
Yeah, whatever. Well, I never had much of a relationship with my own father, so I guess history repeats itself.
Not always. Not with me and my kid.
You know, Luke, I just wasn't cut out to be a father.
You know, Mike, we could all say that. That's a pretty lousy excuse.
It's crazy that Luke ended up saying that all the time afterwards.
Don't deny it. I saw how Ashton was looking at you.
Alright, this clip is of Courtney, I think, reuniting with Mike for the first
Most
time.
temperamental, least talented pseudo-punk rock band to submit to a press junket.
Yeah, I've seen Gratitude, and that wasn't it.
That's not fair.
Hello, Courtney.
Teddy,
What are you doing here?
I was waiting for some.
Also, I'm pretty sure that's Christina,
He was pretty clear about
Alexis'
not wanting
sister
you around.
Christina.
Actually, I was trying to angle a way to see you.
Yeah, I was right.
There's so much I need to say.
Well, it's up to you. You know, if you don't want to, we can just go inside.
Haven't we both waited long enough? You don't have to say anything, but I'd appreciate it if you'd listen.
Suppose it couldn't hurt.
Jason's old house before he lived there.
It's okay. I'll be upstairs if you need anything.
True angel. Hey Nathan.
I'm sorry.
For what?
You name it. For not being the father I should have been. For letting you and your mother down.
didn't seem to bother you at the time.
I let gambling become more important to me than anything else. I fooled myself into believing that I could make it right if I just played that one more game.
That is a rotten excuse.
I don't want to be excused. I ignored the basic fact that what my family needed most was me. And it used to melt my heart to see you looking up at me with those big trusting eyes.
So then is Courtney a rewrite? I'm
I always
confused.
thought that I'd be your protector, and I failed.
Yeah, you did.
The worst thing is that I never came looking for the daughter who went away, and I will never forgive myself for that.
So what, that's supposed to make everything all right? You just list all the ways you disappoint me and like that. We forgive and forget?
I know it's not that simple.
Maybe come on.
I'm just looking for a way to begin.
Yeah, well, maybe I don't want to begin.
You're sounding more and more like your brother.
This doesn't make sense. It's all wrong. If you love me, why didn't you try to find me?
I've thought about you all the time, Courtney. You smile. The way your little hand felt in mine when we rode the merry-go-round. The way you wanted to pet every dog we passed. I wanted to give you the moon.
Okay, so he was just pretending that he only had one son. When, in the 90s, supposedly.
I didn't deserve you.
Were you upset when we left?
When I came home and you were gone, it was like a knife in my heart.
What did you do about it?
Gambled.
So your family wasn't worth the effort to search for us?
I was confused and hurting, and the next thing I knew, I was back at the tables on a week-long binge. What can I tell you? The man that let his daughter go was a bum.
I didn't want to leave. Mom had to drag me kicking and screaming from the house. When we got to the car, I refused to get in. I kept crying and shouting, "We have to wait for Daddy. He'll come home and he won't know where we are." I remember everything. The sun was out. The grass on our lawn needed cutting. Some boys skateboarding across the street, and none of it seemed real. All I could think was that you would come home and you wouldn't know where to find me. The mom held me by the shoulders to steady me. She looked me in my eyes and told me that you were dead. I cried myself to sleep every night after
I think
that.
Courtney found him, if I remember correctly.
I'm sure Mom told me the truth because my daddy called me Sunshine, and he took me to the park and the movies, and he laughed with me, and he read me books and bought me my favorite stuffed bear. My daddy would never leave me because he loved me. I knew that in my heart. And I was wrong. You love these better.
Dear God, I am so sorry.
Just go away. Leave me alone.
You heard her, Mike. Leave her alone. You alright?
Yeah,
How do you get in here?
it's okay.
No, it's not.
I needed to see my daughter, whether you approve or not.
Where's Christina?
What's the problem?
He shouldn't be in here.
This is Alexis's apartment, not yours.
Yeah, but he doesn't get to push his way in to see Courtney. That's all I'm saying.
That's not what happened.
You were supposed to look out for her.
Why don't you let Christina explain?
All right.
Mike wanted to talk to Courtney privately.
Oh, he wanted to try his same star excuses on a new audience. Right.
It was my decision, Sonny. I wanted to see my father.
You shouldn't have.
That's up to me, don't you
You
think?
don't know who you're dealing with.
Courtney can make up her own mind.
Really? Oh, so she can forgive you, Mike? Listen to you whine and beg? Feed her lies until she falls for your whole pathetic act again?
Listen, if you want to stay stuck in the past and continue to blame every mistake you've ever made because of what I did, that's fine, but I'm not going away. And I am not giving up a second chance with my daughter.
Get out of here. Get out of here, Mike.
My father came to see me. I'll be the one to tell him to leave.
You don't have
With
to
some
take my
slick
side.
black hair.
I know.
If this is making you uncomfortable,
It is. I'd like you to leave now.
So much hair gel.
Yeah,
Hairspray.
I'll be around.
I'll get it. Okay, then I'm gonna head upstairs. It's been a long night.
You know what? We need to straighten a few things
You know,
out.
get straight on this. I don't appreciate you coming in here like you own the world. I don't care what you think or what your problems are with our father. I'll be the one to decide whether or not I want him or you in my life.
make sure she's okay.
Well, that went well.
Because Sonny deserves what he's getting. It's part of the risk.
Now it's Mike visiting Michael and Christina.
Hey, can you do that? Yeah, please, thank you.
Drew Garrett's Michael.
Johnny, could I have a word with you for a minute? Boy. Hey, Michael, I need a favor, buddy. I've got 2 really big cans of stewed tomatoes on the top shelf of the pantry.
Time to fix this all, Angel.
I'm not good with a ladder right now, all right? I got you. Thanks, pal. Listen, my grandson doesn't need any grief from you right now, pal.
Your grandson needs to stop being his own worst enemy.
All right, you just try to remember what it's like at that age. And you add to that what Michael's been through.
Whose fault is that?
You made it very clear that you were no friend of Sonny's or anyone who's close to him.
See, Mike, that's where you got it wrong. I made it clear that I despise Sonny, but I have nothing but sympathy for Michael. And I know what it's like to be in his shoes, manipulated, son of a controlling father. The first sense of real peace I ever had in my life was when my father was thrown in jail for the crimes that he did. I can only wish the same thing for Michael.
So do I. So do I, Jacarius.
Hi, Grandma.
Oh, hey, princess.
How are you?
Oh, I'm doing great, really. Hey, listen, I'd love to see you.
I forgot Christina worked there.
In the hospital. I didn't realize you knew anything about Billy.
Or maybe no.
Jimi Hendrix.
Mike did.
Eclectic mix.
I'm a pretty eclectic girl. My music teacher helps. He's cool. Thank you.
Well, just for that, free pie.
Oh, you always give me free pie. Might be fair to me, I thought you might need some help.
Yours.
I miss him too.
Just fine. You know, unless you need a little distraction because you want to think about your brother Dante or the fact that your father's being rained today.
I think it's called karma. You can always get away with doing bad things forever.
So, you think your dad deserves what he gets?
I think my dad should have to face the consequences.
You know, I was just remembering when the son used to feel that way about me. And it took him years, but he finally figured out that despite my failing him as a father, I still loved him. And I hope it doesn't take you as long.
And now, well, an ad, but I believe the next scene is actually Ron Hale's last scene on the show as Mike.
But don't forget about black.
Yes, I get French, French ads. Okay, skip. Here we go.
Well, hey there. Do I owe this honor?
Well, yeah, I haven't seen you in a while. And I'm just craving one of your Spanish omelets.
That, and you hope you run into Brenda. Here's your omelet with the extra green peppers, just the way you like it. And to answer the question.
It's crazy that Guza was still writing when Ron left.
No. Brenda has not been here at all, so.
What you want to see at some point?
You know, it's been only mentioned that she's staying with Jason.
What else do you think?
Something about providing sanctuary for the divine, whatever the hell that
She's
means.
been doing charity work for this organization that works with exploited kids.
Yeah, exactly.
And she upset this major player who calls himself the Balkan. He tried to kidnap her twice and got so bad that the director called Jason.
Why Jason? Just because they've been married for a couple of months?
She put his name down as his emergency contact because she knows if she got in trouble, she can rely on him. And that's exactly what happened. He brought her back.
Well, if she's afraid enough to stay with Jason, it must be pretty bad. I mean, those two are like oil and water.
Brenda, she's changed.
Both have.
I mean, she's made a great life for herself, but she's still the same Brenda, unpredictable.
And what are you doing here? Sitting, eating an omelet, watching the
Yep,
door.
this is his last scene.
Did you probably have a fight with him?
No. What happened is, when she came back, I thought, it was like a sign that we could try again. But she doesn't want to see me at all. It's not easy, but I just gotta move forward. Give Brenda what she wants and back up.
Well, I'm proud of you, Michael. You stay away from Brenda. Just like me staying away from the best game in town with a pocket full of steamouts. One day at a time.
You make me sound like Brenda's a drug that I'm addicted to.
Go wherever you want. But you two have always been good for each other.
There we go. So yeah, those are the scenes I lined up for the tribute for Ron Hale. There we go. Yeah, I mean, like I said, not a whole lot of actors actually gave him a tribute. I had only seen some words by Billy Warlock, who used to play AJ. I feel like, who was it? Was it, I think it was Kimberly, posted his picture and just said he was a great man, and that was it. And because usually for these tributes I'll read like a bunch of them, but I've not seen any posted, which kind of makes me wonder like if he was on good terms with the cast. But who am I to speculate? What were you guys saying in the chat? Christina works at Charlie's. She remembers working on Grandfather. Charlie's was a bar and Kelly's is a restaurant, though. Slightly different. I really want a BLT sandwich from Kelly's really bad. Yeah, me too. I'm curious why Heather is so obsessed with them. And Angel, you were saying I wish I could watch some French TV shows to help with my French. Well, hey, if you're on streaming services, a lot of the like the shows, if you go into the audio settings, you can actually switch it to French. Spanish too, from what I've seen. But yeah, I've seen Netflix shows that do that. My mom would do that because she was trying to learn Spanish, so she would go into she'd watch Pretty Woman with with a Spanish dub and English subtitles. Where are y'all? What else did I miss in the chat? I thought his last scenes was when he was getting attacked by the mafia because he was gambling again. No, that was actually the clip of when was it? Let me look. I'm pretty sure that scene of Mike visiting Michael and Johnny happened after that attack, and that was 2009, and this is, I think, 2010. But is it easy to follow along? I mean, that depends. I feel like if you know Spanish, because I know Americans Spanish is the second language, and things something that you learn in school, and it's very much present in the States. Which is for us in Canada, French is very prominent in a lot of Canada too. You learn it in school as well. Nice. Well, it might not be super easy to follow along, but I mean, if you know Spanish, French is easy to pick up on, and vice versa. intermediate French learner. All right, well, I mean, also there's just like YouTube channels dedicated to learning French, and there's obviously programs that you can download that teach you French as well. And any language, really. So there's lots of options to do it, and if you want to learn it, then you can learn it. Spanish is not well known in the States at all, really. Interesting, because like anytime I go to like America, like they do the flight in English and Spanish, like the speech, and that's like whether I went to Florida or whether I went to like New Orleans, like they always did both. Spanish is Dora Explorer level. Took French instead of Spanish. Oh, okay, all right. Plus, like whenever I'd go to the States and go to like Disney World and Universal, like they do the speeches in English and Spanish. So I just assumed it was very much like here. I mean, not that everyone is bilingual here for sure. I mean, I'm lucky in the sense that I'm from Montreal. I grew up with my grandmother speaking French to her siblings. So it was always kind of there. Tongue is better equipped for French. That's fair. Yeah, I can't roll my R's for shit. Rubik's Cube. All right. But yeah, I don't really have much else to say on the matter. You know, I really enjoyed his portrayal of Mike. I'm sad that he's gone. I know that he left acting a long time ago. He retired, which is probably why he didn't continue the story when they brought Mike back. Is it cold up in Canada? Yeah, it depends where you are in Canada. Like the east side of Canada, like Montreal, Ontario, Quebec, Ontario, sorry. Still pretty warmish. Here, it's a lot more cold days than there are warm days. Like the leaves are like halfway falling off the trees already. The rest are yellow and red and orange. But it depends on the day. Like yesterday was actually really nice. Like just sweater weather, whereas like today is a lot colder. Go outside, you might want to wear a jacket and a toque. And some days I've gone to work with a toque and some days I've gone without. So we're kind of in the transitional phase of autumn towards winter, because we don't really get much of an autumn here in Alberta because it just, you know, it flies by quick. We're lucky if it doesn't snow before Halloween. And we're like on the 10th. On the 9th. So it's inevitable. It's coming. Winter is coming here. North border of the U.S. The signs turn to be French and English. Ah, interesting. Okay. See, I'm still not like, you know, super educated on the States and like language and whatnot. Still hot today, only chilly on the morning and night. Yeah, obviously it's a lot warmer during like the daytime. In the morning it's cold and in the evening it's cold. But some mornings have been warm and some evenings have been warm. It's Alberta's weather is bipolar, okay? Like it can switch on a dime. I can't even pull out my phone to see like the weather, but like currently tonight it is 5 degrees Celsius. I can see that on my sort of time clock. Let me see. Weather in Edmonton. Okay. Here, let me show you this week's weather. So, like today it was 12 degrees Celsius with rain. 13, you know, tomorrow, 11 Friday. And that's actually the first negative weather we've had at night. So, -1. First time we've been below 0 this year. But yeah, but then you look at Monday next week and it's 19 degrees. So like that's like early summer weather for us in Canada. So like it fluctuates, you know, it fluctuates this time of year. pretty unpredictable. But we had a pretty decent winter last year, except for like the 1 or 2 weeks of deep freeze, and then it was like pretty mild winter. Won't fall, but California only gets November. We have such a small window for autumn here in this side of the country. That's why I usually I like to go to Montreal in the fall. I didn't get to this year, unfortunately, but because they actually get a long fall. Like, it's still, from what I hear, the leaves are still pretty green over there. Everything's still like not dying. Same with friends out in Ontario are saying the same things. So that's why I like to go back there, and it's usually much warmer there than it is here this time of year. So it's like my little break from the inevitable. But yeah, well, before I go, we'll obviously talk about GH this weekend. Got me doing weather conversions into Fahrenheit. Oh, I was like, I don't know if they can switch. Well, yeah, no, it won't switch. Sorry, this is Canada. We do Celsius here, like most of the world. Y'all are just different. Oh, it can switch to Fahrenheit. Okay, well. So most of those weathers, I'm not going to shrink my camera again, but most of the weather that you've seen was like 50s. But then like Monday becomes 67 degrees. So yeah, compared to like, so today was 53 degrees Fahrenheit, and then Monday is 67 Fahrenheit. So like all over the place. And then right back to 52 like 2 days later. Yeah, what is fall weather in California? I'm curious about that as well. But yeah, just to touch base on GH stuff. Again, we'll talk about it this weekend. It is Thanksgiving here in Canada this weekend, though, so I know that our dinner plans are going to be on the Sunday. So I'm going to still live stream that day. I think I'm just probably going to live stream a little bit later than usual, most likely, but we'll see. I'll let you know on the day. Yes, Angel. Welcome to Alberta, Canada. 50-degree weather is normal this time of year. We get some leaves changing in North Cal and highs in the 60s. It rains November to March. See, I would much rather a winter like that where it just rains. I could do without the snow. Yeah, burning up is not a thing here in October. Angel, trust that. Oh, man. But yeah, I am excited to talk about GH at the end of the week, though, because first of all, Jonathan Jackson is bringing his A game to every scene that he's giving. I didn't like him today. Like, not Jonathan. I didn't like Lucky today. Just his attitude. Lows are in the 50s. It's in the 40s tonight. Thanksgiving, turkey and dressing. Yeah, Canada's Thanksgiving. Do you mean like tonight for Thanksgiving, Angel, or the weather? Only snows in the mountains. I'm pretty close to the mountains, Allison. I am. Like, I know you're talking about California. But because I'm pretty close to the mountains, it's probably why we get earlier winters. But it is what it is. I'm a 3-hour drive from mountains. I had to miss the last few episodes. Why are they making Lucky like Luke? He was never a Luke. Well, that's the thing, is that we talked about this when we found out he was coming back. They can do whatever they want with Lucky at this point because we haven't seen him in 15 years, and like he hasn't been in town. Like, he's come back for a funeral off screen, but that's really it. Oh, sorry guys, my cousin just messaged me that she's heard from her brother and he's good too. Sweet. Near the Canadian Rockies. Sure am. I am sure near it. 3 hours away from the Canadian Rockies. And I love the Rocky Mountains. They're just beautiful. Like, that whole Jasper is like my thing. And I think I mentioned it on the live stream a couple months back, but they had a pretty brutal fire season, and a lot of damage was done to the town, and they're just slowly rebuilding. It's going to take some time, but you know, I'm scared to see, you know, what it looks like now. Yeah, Lucky has a bad attitude. Angel, he probably doesn't even know about the insider trading thing. But, you know, she does have her Metro Court back, and she does own Kelly's. Well, she's probably not hurting as bad now anyway, but it is what it is. And honestly, like, Jason would probably pay for the damages anyway. But yeah, Lucky's bad attitude. Like I said, he's been through some shit in the last 15 years. He's trying to do good, but also running away from his family. And, you know, that last portion of him when he was in Port Charles, like just before he left for good, he was in a rough space. You know, Siobhan had died. He just, that kind of broke him. And then between that and Elizabeth manipulating him as much as she was during that time, he just felt the toxicity and had to leave. And he felt like he was failing everyone, so he left. He would have to clean all it up, cousin or not. Well, Jocelyn did it for him, unfortunately. But yeah, I guess, I mean, I can't blame Lucky for being pretty broken, but what I hated was that he was ready to split. Like, he was about to just head on back when he had just told Aiden that he would be the first to know if he was deciding to leave. And he was just going to split like that. And then thankfully he went to the hospital chapel, and thankfully Laura's back in town. That's fantastic. I thought for sure that she'd have to be rescued by Lucky and Jason or something. Oh man, I don't know, Kaiwan. I don't know what Elizabeth has said. I don't know what Lucky has said, but obviously we'll get to know more as time goes on. Obviously we know Lucky's going to stay in town. They didn't hire Jonathan Jackson back for nothing. But yeah, we'll just have to see where the story goes from here. You know, he asked for some guidance, and Laura came through the door. So if anyone's going to get him through this, it's Laura, and kind of guide him and give him advice. Better advice from Laura than Sunny or Jason for that matter. But yeah, I'm really stoked to see those scenes play out tomorrow. Unfortunate. I mean, I'm surprised that Lucky wasn't a match. I mean, he is a match. It's just a non-viable liver due to, like, what do you call it, parasites. We'll have to talk about this kiss. I mean, we kind of did. We don't like it. I don't like it. I think Albert came on here the other day and was like, he likes their pairing. But I'm not here for it. But yeah. Anyway, guys, my cousin, like I said, had just messaged me to give me an update. So I think I will end the stream here to check in on her and my other cousin. So yeah, stay tuned Sunday. Again, might stream later than usual. Just depends on when we're doing the dinner. Usually we manage to do it pretty early in the day because we're like cooking all day. Like we start in the morning. So we're like dinner at 5. So it shouldn't affect too many things. But I will keep you posted on that day if it's going to be a later stream. And you'll see like the schedule pop up for the live stream and it'll say what time I'm airing. But yeah, in the meantime, thanks for joining in on this tribute to Ron Hale. If you liked the live stream, give it a big old thumbs up. Subscribe if you want to, and I'll see you guys this Sunday. Good night. Enjoy the rest of your week. Mwah!